Hello, everyone. I hope you've all had a wonderful few days. I've come back to 999 today to try and finish it off so that we can start Danganronpa 2 tomorrow. I'm very much looking forward to that. I've been looking forward to it since it went on Game Pass, actually. So, yeah. So let's end this. Let's go. I do want to resume from here. Was I using the gamepad the whole time for this game? Feels weird using it. I was. Hang on, and I need to go plug my controller back in. Alright. That should be good. Okay, so where we left off on the... Can I just open this up? Is the... No. Okay. So where we last left off was we started going down this route, which is much longer of an ending than all the rest of these. So what happened was we found Snake. Snake told us about the experiment that was ran 9 years ago with the children. And he told us the name of the girl who died during that experiment. And the girl who died was Akane. Which should be significant because that's actually June's name. And so now we are thinking, oh no, June isn't June. June is not who she says she is. That's not the Akane that we know. Whoever our main character is thinking, it's gotta be someone else because that's just a name, right? Names can be shared. And I mean, that's sound logic, but this is also like anime. There's only one person with a name per name in anime, as far as I've been aware. So yeah, that's where we are. And now we're trying to escape. We have... Who's with us? Is it 7? Who's with us? I know we have Snake. In the anime world, there can only be one person called Steve. Yeah, precisely. So, we're now looking for a key. There are piles of crap everywhere. Man, this place is a mess. It's so messy. I don't know where to start. Some of this crap looks familiar. I think a lot of these are parts of the puzzles we've solved in the other rooms. If that's true, then this room could be Zero's laboratory. Perhaps Zero would shut himself in his room to devise the machines and puzzles he'd need to see his plan come to fruition. Oh yeah, we also found out that Santa is Zero. There's probably junk, nothing useful here. Okay. Isn't this a nautical map? Or, no, it's a nautical table. It's just a map. I feel like I've seen this before. Was it from the room where there was a stopwatch? And Ace did a really random pat down of us. New material has been added to the file screen. Okay. Ruler attached to drafting table. Looks like it's been used quite a bit. Okay. Look, Junpei, the rest in here looks like Elvis's face. Yeah, how exciting. I don't see it. Do you see it? I don't see it. I don't see a face in there. Right. Okay, so what is this? Bulbasaur! Bulbasaur! There's a control panel in... I need to turn my fan up. I apologize if you guys will be able to hear my fan. It broke the other day, and now it makes a really weird noise. So... Oh, you made him an Angie Ducky. You can't have both Ducky and Angie Ducky. Gotta turn off one of them. There we go. You also didn't see a dog when there was a picture of a dog. Also true until it was pointed out to me, and now I can't unsee it. Wonder if any of these buttons do anything. Something on the screen now. What's... Oh no. It's maths. 15 cells here, numbers and letters in them. Let me see that. I see. So whenever you touch a cell, the ones next to it turn on or off. You gotta use that to make the all cells on the right and the bottom green. Okay. Put this piece of paper into that thing. You wanna take a look at it? You think this might have something to do with the puzzle? It's a piece of paper Clover gave me. There are a bunch of numbers and letters connected by equal signs on it. Just like you said, this is probably related to the puzzle on the screen somehow. Thanks, Clover. This really helps. Let's go back and try again. Looks like I just need to make all of the cells all green. Okay. Might take a look at the hint. 0 equals 0. 1 equals 1, 2 equals 2, 3 equals 3, 4 equals 4, 5 equals 5. All the... Oh no. Why? Okay. So, A equals 10. B equals 13. 6 equals 6, so... That's 19. What do we do to add the 10 there? 4. Oh, I see. Shit, I need to reset. Okay. Okay, hold on. I need my pen and paper. Okay, so we have B plus 6 plus 4 equals A. 1 plus F plus 5 equals L. Of course, there's a pluses in between as well. Let's not forget those. Uh, 9B is L. A. L. L. Right. Okay. So we need to get rid of D on the first row, and then both the A's equal 10, right? What was L? 21. Okay, so F equals 15. So A equals 10. B equals 11. D equal... What is D equal? 13. F equals... Oh, shit. I didn't mean to come out. I didn't mean to come out. Think of the letters placed in the alphabet, then add 9. No, it's simpler to just look at the cheat sheet. 15. And L equals 21. Right. So let's get...
Ho ho, I sense trouble.
Thank you, BP. How have you been? Okay. Reset this. Reset this. We get rid of the D. To get rid of the D, we click here, and then here. But no, we don't. Reset. We want to keep the 1, and we want to keep the 6. So... click there. Then there. Then there. Ah, I'm a genius! You good? Life has been crazy. Yeah, life definitely has been crazy the last few weeks. You did it, Junpei. You're so smart. You seem to have done an excellent job and solved the puzzle. How the fuck would you know, Snake? It was on a screen. Just what I would have expected of you, Junpei. Come on, you're embarrassing me. Don't get cocky, kid. We don't got time for that. Look at this. Check out the right edge of the control panel. The lid slid up, and something came out. Ooh. Metal plate shaped like a shield. There's a cross engraved on it. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Oh, we'll need 4. Okay. This monitor is part of the machine. It's really dim though. It's got a map of the world on it, but I can barely see it. Junpei, it looks like there's a compass on there. Ah, now I get it. What do you mean? I guess you weren't that clever, but I solved a puzzle like this one in the wheelhouse. I think I just need to do the same thing here. The same thing. The important part is this nautical table we just found. I just have to match up the directions on the compass with the lines on the nautical table. I used the steering wheel in the wheelhouse, but this time I think I'm gonna use the wheel attached to the side here. Okay. Okay. Maybe I ought to run through the instructions. This looks like it probably works the same way the steering wheel and the wheelhouse did. If I touch the direction I want to turn to, the compass will turn in that direction. Then I just gotta press stop and the compass is pointing where I want it to. But then something will happen if I can do it right. Alright, let's do this. But where's the starting point? Is the starting point England? It's gotta be. Oh, sorry, that's actually Ireland. It's pointing at Ireland. Okay, so we go south first. Then we go west. Then we go southeast. This way. Then we go northeast. Then we go east-east. Then we go north. And we go more east. Yay! I did it! Good boy, who's a good boy? Don't have time for screwing around right now. Check out the right side of the monitor. Kind of slid it open, something came out. Yeah. A big box near the exit? You think it made a noise? Something unlocking? A noise, huh? The helm emblem. Okay. Gotta get it open as fast as we can. Okay. Yeah, we know. May as well check it out. 3 monitors. Power's on. There's nothing on any of the screens. You just wanted to pop it. You gotta go lay down. Have fun. Okay, Rixie. You go lie down. Thank you for stopping by. Power's on, but there's nothing on any of the screens. Okay. What about this screen? So small. I wonder what it is. I got no idea. Just type a few keys, see if we can wake things up. Nope. Drop the emblem of steering wheel in here. Whoa. Now we've got something on the monitors, at least.
Ho ho, I sense trouble.
Pixie, thank you for gifting a sub to Jen. Oops. Okay, bye. Thank you, Rixie. Well, now we got something on the monitors at least. What's that? Looks like some kind of puzzle? Wonder if these are the rules. Here, I'll read them to you. When you touch a numbered area, that area will be selected and it will turn blue to indicate this. Touching a numbered ball after selecting an area will cause that ball to move to that area. However, you cannot move the red balls. You can only move 3 to 5 balls into a single area. Press the check button once you have moved all the balls except the red ones which you cannot move. The digital root of the balls in an area will match the number for the area. That's it. I still don't get it. Let's give it a shot. I mean, practice makes perfect. Let's see you solve the next one, then you can make fun of me. Right, okay, so... 6. That could be 1, 2, 3. 1 plus 2 equals 3 plus 3. That's 6. Yeah, that checks out. So 3. Oh, okay, okay. I gotta use all of them. Because you can't remove the red one. Yeah. Okay, how to make 6. 6 is... 6 is 1 plus 5. 2 plus 4. 3 plus 3. And 3 is 1 plus 2. So 8 plus 1 equals 10. No, equals 9. Plus 7. It's plus 7, it'd be that. So that leaves us with 3. That would be 2 plus... No. 5 plus 6 is 11. Plus 7, that makes 18. Plus 2, that equals 20. So that's 20. That's 2, 0. You need 1 in that one. 50. Oh. Nothing's happening. There's still 3 more indentations left empty. I imagine something will happen if they are all filled. Doesn't that seem likely? Alright, well, something showed up on the screen. The puzzle looks like a lot like the last one. There's more of those red balls you can't move. The numbers for each area are different too. Same rule as the last one though. You sure you don't want to double check that? No, I'll be fine. If I get confused, I'm just look at the screen right over there, right? Anyway, like they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Words? What? Let's give it a shot. Isn't that a picture is worth 1,000 words? Shut it. At least I'm trying, alright? At least Snake is calling us out on the bullshit. Okay, so 1 could be 1 plus 0. There's only one way to do that. That's 1 plus 0, and that's 10. To get 10 without using 1 on 9 is 2 plus 8. We'll come back to that. 7 would be 1 plus 6, 2 plus 5, 3 plus 4. So that would be 16. 25 or 34. I don't know why my brain just decided to crap out that, but okay. Considering the low numbers that we have, the easiest one to go for that would be 16, which would be... Let's go high, so 8. 8 plus 2 would be the way to get 10, and then add on another number, but then it's too many numbers for 1. So 8 plus... Five would get us to 13. Plus 3 would get us to 16, which would be 7. Okay, so what's left? 2, 6, 12. 12 plus 7 is 18, so that's too many. Five, 3, 2. Get 10. We're left with 10, 17, 25, right? That's 25. Hell yeah! There's only 2 left now. You can do it. Alright. See what happens when I... Uh-oh. We got dots. Is there something on the screen at least? What is this? Oh, wait a minute. I saw something like this when I figured out that Morse code puzzle back in the communications office. Morse code? Yeah, the dots on here look like bits for Morse code. There's 2 dots on the first line, 4 on the second, and 1 on the last. Ah, I'm afraid I don't understand. Perhaps you should give it a shot anyway? Okay, I'll try. Before I do that though, maybe I ought to run through the instructions. If I just tap the button, it'll enter a dit. If I hold the button down, it'll enter a da. Once we enter our answer, it'll automatically determine if it was the correct answer or not. Alright, let's do this. I don't have a clue. Yeah, there's too many possibilities here. I need a clue. Is there one in here? Something written on these pieces of paper. Looks like we got 3 sheets of the stuff. Haha! Morse code chart. It was found on the steel shelf in a small cluttered room. Morse code key for the letters A to I. The short mark is called DIT and made by tapping the button. Da made by holding the button. J to R, where each... There does not seem to be a pattern that determines which collection of dots and dashes are assigned to each letter. S to Z. Okay. If we try and search every one of these, we're gonna be at it till the cows come home. That doesn't seem too bad. We won't have to go bring them in ourselves then. Don't you get smart with me, kid? How about we deal with this area later, okay? Maybe we should try something more promising. Okay. Yeah, maybe... No. No. I know the instructions. I know how to make more. Okay. Okay, hold on. I need my paper. We're gonna do this. So the last line was E. How many dots was the first line? Dot. It was... Okay, second line was H. Last line was E. I don't know what the first line was. Was it I? Or... S? She? She? She what? No, I don't want to give it another shot. Please stop. This is why you don't skip dialogue, guys. Okay. Okay, what if I... There isn't a way to look at that door. What is this? These monitors hang from the ceiling. Each screen shows a room on the ship. So, a pipe is running into this box over here. Metal shutter looks pretty sturdy. It's framed with black and yellow warning stripes. Alright, let's open it. Oh, holy shit. That's pretty damn creepy. There's a coffin in there. A coffin. Oh. Yeah, he's all pale. He's thinking the same thing I am. No way. Could this be? I'm sorry, what's going on? It's a coffin. I wonder if there's a vampire in it. Right, I guess Clear and Snake don't know the story. I can't bring myself to tell them. Well, at any rate, let's have a look around. Okay. Metal plaque on the coffin. Snake's touching it. All ice. Ah, the two machines. Holy shit. This is serious. Let's open it, shall we? Clover, if you could give me a hand. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. It doesn't open. It doesn't seem to be ready to open. It's not like it's screwed shut or anything. I believe it's locked in some other way. You think you could open it with your superhuman strength? No, what's wrong? I think I'll just pass on this one, okay? Yeah. You come across a strange coffin from a ghost story? Yeah, don't touch it? What the heck? Very well, we just have to give up on the coffin for now. Let's look around the room a little more, shall we? Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the forest of knowledge beneath the navel of the gigantic. Is that actually true? In which case, I've got my answer. The other panel said all. This panel would say ice. 2, 4, 1 respectively. Right. I see. It seems you have solved the puzzle, Junpei. Excellent work. The answer was ice. How did you know? All I had to do was listen to the sounds the machine made. After that, it was a trivial matter to decode them. Ah, yes. I believe I heard a noise from someone on the right of the device after you solved the puzzle. Sound rather like something sliding open. You see anything? Yeah, that's true. Oh yes, one more thing. I heard a sound from behind the shutter. Perhaps the coffin is unlocked now? I don't want to look at it. I'm just gonna take this code emblem. Alright. Kinda looks like a round barcode. Right, let's slap that in there. Damn, this puzzle looks a lot like the last one. Rules are the same. Don't you think you should double check it? Come on, this is the third time I've done this. It'll be fine. So this, can't think of anything clever. Please don't strain yourself. You might hurt something. Shut up. I love Snake. Snake is best character. Just give me a break, alright? I'll think of something. 7 and 7? 1, 3, and 9 all gone. Okay. So... okay, how do we get 7 with 8? 8 plus 7 is 15. Eight plus 8 is 16. That's 7. So what does that leave us with? 4, 9. Yeah. Oh, crap. Wrong one. Check. Excellent work. You've only got one left. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. I don't want to go there. I don't want to lift this. Alright, fine. I'll open it. Okay, Junpei, you can do this. It's just a box. It's just a box. What's in the box, Junpei? Holy shit, this is a coffin. This is gonna be something horrible in here. I just know it. Okay, okay. Deep breaths. Here we go. All that build up. All that build up, and it's empty. Oh man, there's nobody in there. Shit, can't believe I was scared of something like that. What do you mean, nobody? Were you expecting someone to be in there? It's a long story. Ask Junpei about it sometime. But just like Seven said, there's nobody in there. There is something in there though. Well, two somethings actually. What is that? The last one. And a key. Two things on the bottom of the coffin. Let's say we got a plate with an emblem on it and the Neptune key. We finally found it. Now we can get through the hallway. That's correct, but we need to get out of this room first, you know? Yeah, I know. Okay, let's get the hell out of here as quickly as possible. I don't have any objections to that. I don't think we'll use the Neptune key in this room. It's really important though, so I'll keep it in my pocket for now. As far as this other thing goes... the coffin emblem. Ugh. Waffle pattern looks like the lid of the coffin. Does it? Oh, a little. A little. Yeah, it does. Okay. Last one. How hard is this gonna be? Fourth one. This puzzle looks a lot like the last couple. I think this is probably the last one. Once we solve the puzzle, I'm sure something will happen. I'll solve it in no time. Let's go. 8 and 9. And now 6 is also a red one. Okay, so how do we get 8? 8 is 1 plus 7, 2 plus 6, 3 plus 5, and 4 plus 4. 9 is 1 plus 8, 2 plus 7, 3 plus 6, 4 plus 5. Alright, let's start with the bigger number. Okay, so 8. We put 8 plus 2 plus 4, 5. That would do it, because that would be 9. No, it wouldn't. 8 plus 7 is... If my brain wants to get in gear and work, that would be great. 8 plus 7 is 15. Which would be 6. Uh, 8. 2 plus 4, 6, 11, 18. There's nothing about them needing to be... I'm right, though. At least I think I am. Alright. So it can't just be 8. The lowest it would have to be is 1 plus 7, which would be 17. How do we get 17? How do we get 17? Be 8 plus 2 plus 7. So it would be 2. And then this one would be 4 and 5. But why not? It's correct! Why? Okay, so that's 17. Don't want 17. Rules displayed on the screen. Maybe I should read it again. Yes, please. Touch a numbered area. The area will be selected. Turn blue. Touching a numbered ball will cause the ball to move into the area. You cannot move the red ones. You can only move 3 to 5 into a single area. Okay, okay, I understand. The rules changed. The rules changed. Fuck. Hang on a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 3 to 5 in each area. And I've only got 4? I've only got 5. So 1 is always going to be wrong? What? There's got to be a way, right? It's 2 plus 7, which would make this 17. I think. Yeah, 17. Cannot move red. Can only move 3 to 5 into a single area. Press the check button once you have moved all of the balls. Digital root of the balls in each area must match the number for the area. I guess those are the rules. Okay. Just thought of something. You know the rules on the screen? They never said you gotta put balls in both areas. So if you think about it... Oh, I can only have... I don't... okay. Wait. I don't have to put balls in both areas? Eight, 10. Eight, 10, 14, 19. What would 19 plus 7 be? 28. I don't get it. This is too much maths on a hot day. Hey, we got it. I don't know how. I don't know why that was the answer, but apparently it was. I heard the sound as well. In the bottom left corner of the desk, I believe. Oh, this? Something in the drawer.
A picture. What the?
Oh, look. It's the murderer and the experiment lackeys.
What the hell is this?
Success!
This man with a mustache on the right.
That's Cap. He's dead.
He's the same guy we found murdered in the captain's quarters. He had the zero bracelet on his left arm.
Which turned out to be 6.
And the second man with the glasses and a doctor's coat.
That's the 9th man.
He's the 9th man. The one with bracelet number 9. He died after he went into door 5. But this guy, the one in the striped suit... Oh man, that's Ace.
Yeah, I guess it is.
No doubt about it.
But what does it mean? What is Ace doing in this picture? Not only Ace, the 9th man and Cap too. And they look happy, like they knew each other well. Why? How? How in the world are these 4 men connected?
How has Junpei not figured this out already?
You say Ace is in that picture?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was taken recently though. Ace, the 9th man, and Cap all look about 10 years younger.
Ah, so the 9th man and the man you found murdered in the captain's quarters are also in the picture?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else? Or are there only 3 people in the picture? I'm afraid I can't see it.
No, there's one more guy. He's got kinda long hair, he looks smart but a little cold. He's the only one I don't recognize.
What's the date of the photograph?
It doesn't have one.
Did you look on the back? back. Yes, the reverse. The other side.
Huh. Praying for the success of the Nonary project. With Nijisaki, Kubota, and Musashido. Huh. Then the 4 men in this picture were the organizers of the Nonary game 9 years ago.
Actually, this brings to mind a question. If someone with prosopagnosia, which we all know at this point is face blindness, do people with that, do they keep like photographs of their friends and family in their homes? Like, do they have, like, is that something that they have, or? It's an interesting question. I wish that I knew. I know it's a common trope that photos have things written on the back of them in media. I have to say, I have never seen any old photos like this with anything written on the back of them in your life. Really? It's actually, I've got some photos on my desk. Hold on. I just need to grab them real quick. So I've got some photos on my desk of, that were kept by my grandparents. And every single one of them has been written on the back of who's in the photograph and the date of the photograph. So hold on. Yeah, every single one of them. And I'm seeing that my grandmother, Gladys, never spelt my name right. But yeah, yeah, so I've got this picture here. I think that's my Nan and Pom's house. Yeah, I recognize that front door. That's Nan and Pom's house. And on the back of my Nan's handwriting, it says, Thomas and Abigail, our grandchildren, July 1996. Taken at, address here, ages 9 and 20 months. I was not 20 months in it. Oh, yeah, I was. Yeah. Okay, I thought I looked a little bit older. Then I looked at it again. Yeah, I am about 2. And all the other photos were actually from my grandmother's house, and I refer to her as my grandmother. Because I don't want to, like, say her name on stream. But yeah, I didn't have that good of a relationship with her. But yeah, she wrote in all the photos as well. Thomas and Abby, our house, December 1995. Thomas and Abby, summer 1999. Yeah, so every photo that I have that is quote-unquote old, that was from one of the grandparents' houses. They are all dated and have names on and stuff. There's actually quite a few that don't, because they weren't taken by my grandparents and they're actually older than that. But yeah. So that's kind of like a normal thing for me and my family to do, is to have names and dates, sometimes places on the back of the photographs that have been printed out. I thought it was a normal thing that everyone did, but apparently not.
That means Ace, the 9th man, and Cap were all responsible for making it happen. But I feel like I should be more shocked about this.
Also, if anyone's confused, Thomas is my brother. So, all the photos that I nicked from the collection, I will call it, are pictures of me and my brother having good times. So if and sometimes we're looking at the camera. I think most of it is us looking at the camera. Yeah. There's actually one photo in here of us not looking at the camera. And that's me and my brother playing on the PlayStation 1 at my grandmother's house. It's my brother's fault that I'm into gaming.
It's almost as if that's just how things were always supposed to be. Why? Why am I not surprised? Ace was the one in charge of the Nonary project. But why? Why am I so calm? It's like I already knew.
Because we already did know, Junpei.
Ah, of course. I understand now. Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Yes.
He was the one who invented the game 9 years ago. He was Gentaro Hongo.
Yes.
Ace is Hongo?
I had my suspicions from the beginning.
Yes.
Their voices were similar. Too similar to be a coincidence. I could never forget his voice. It was the voice of the devil. I couldn't be sure, though. After all, I had no way to check. I certainly couldn't ask him. Even if I had known, however, I would never have told you. Zero made it quite clear what would have happened if I did.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Huh?
I didn't know that Ace was Hongo.
Oh, yes. I suppose you wouldn't have. 9 years ago, you were in Building Q in Nevada. But Hongo was in the Gigantic with us.
I know. That's why I didn't know what Hongo looked like. But why? Why didn't you tell me? I mean, I'm your sister, right? You could have told me.
I'm sorry. I apologize for keeping this from you. But if I'd told you, Clover, I would have told everyone else. And if you did, then I would have been forced to tell them about what happened 9 years ago. I had to prevent that.
Hey, Junpei. You think I could borrow that picture for a sec?
Sure.
Hongo Kubota. Nijisaki Musashiro. Hongo Kubota. Nijisaki Musashiro. Hongo Kubota Niji...
Hey, Seven, do you...
Shut it! Just be quiet. I'm this close to remembering. This close. Hongo Kubota Nijisaki Musashiro. Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Nonary project. Shit.
What?
What's wrong?
Holy shit, this is nuts.
Well, don't keep us in suspense.
What's nuts?
I remember
Remember what?
everything.
Everything?
Yeah, I remember all of it.
Oh, yay. We're at that trope now. The character with amnesia has suddenly regained all their memories.
My memory's back. I remember what happened before I got snatched.
What?
Let me tell you what happened. Like Snake said, Ace is Hongo from the right. The other three are Musashido, Nijisaki, and Kubota. Musashido was the man with the cash. Nijisaki was Hongo's right-hand man. And Kubota developed the actual technical details of the experiments.
How do you know all this?
Come on, man, I told you, I finally got my memory back.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm trying to ask you why you knew all this stuff in the first place, before you forgot it.
You really want to know?
He's a cop.
Of course.
Me too.
This is gonna take a while. Hell, it'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything.
Well, we don't have 3 days.
Just give us the short version, alright?
Short version, huh? Alright, fine. I'll give it a shot. No promises, though. I'm a detective. It's a little awkward to say this about myself, but you could probably consider me a lone wolf type.
Yeah, that's a little awkward to say about yourself.
I hold to my own code, as I think doing what's right is more important than doing what you're told.
How many tropes can we fit into one character, you guys?
That's why I followed my gut that night. A slim lead brought me to the wharf.
How many fucking tropes? 7. Okay, let's count them off. Okay. He had amnesia and suddenly remembered everything. That's one trope, right? He's a lone wolf type. That's another trope. He does what he thinks is right rather than what he's told. Another trope. So that's 3 so far. He's just said, I followed my gut. right? That's a little cliche. I don't know if we can count that as a trope. I'm gonna count it as a trope. Right? A slim lead? Yet again, another trope. So we're on 5. We're on
It
5.
was 9 years ago. The wharf had been cold as fuck, and I could barely see squat. I was investigating a mess of kidnappings, all of them children. They'd all had one thing in common: a history of visits to one particular hospital. A hospital under the management of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. And my investigation had turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in the kidnappings. After a little sweet talking, I managed to finally get a real lead from someone inside Cradle. My source told me this.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
So I headed to the wharf. From the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them were carrying large bags.
Does men in black suits count? I don't know if it does.
Bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried. No doubt about it. There were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized it. I came out of hiding, my gun already in my hand.
Don't move.
I felt metal touch the back of my head.
Drop the gun. I could kill you right now. It'd be easy to get away with it, too.
6. 1-6.
Just tie an anchor to your feet, and no one would find you for a week. That what you want? The fish here would love a meal.
He kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle.
A drug?
That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that.
7. 7 tropes, guys. We're on 7. Someone getting stabbed with a needle and then going, my last thought when I was stabbed with a needle was, drugs? Yeah, that's definitely, that's definitely a trope. Oh boy.
I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it. Shit, my head hurts. I did a quick once-over of the room. Where am I? A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink, a toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but it won't open. Not like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed and sat down. Huh. I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long. Then, I heard a faint voice. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying, but I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Huh? No, it was several. I hear 5, or 6, maybe more. Where? Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it. Left. It's coming from under the bed? I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over. And there it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit, but I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold up. Why are there kids here? But then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Whoa. Am I on that ship? It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then... Yeah! How do you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside.
I like how he has to give that bit of description was, oh, I got really sweaty pulling the grate off.
The first bit or so was tight. I had a wriggle on my belly. It wind up eventually, and there was space for me to crawl along on my hands and knees. I went from crawling like a worm in dirt to skittering like a bug. Couldn't say it was much better, but I'd take what I could get. And when I'd been in the thing long enough to start wondering where it'd take me, a massive sound nearly scared the piss out of me. It was like a heavy metal door had just been slammed shut. Then there was a voice. What? I wasn't sure what it meant, but anything with incinerator is bad news. Then, almost as if that was a cue, I heard a mess of young-sounding voices. A bunch of them were straight up screaming in terror, and all the sounds together made a howl that made the hair on my neck stand straight up. Damn it! What the hell is going on here? I scrambled through the duct as fast as I could. I made a giant racket, but I didn't care at that point. I soon found a metal door on the left side of the duct. The kids were screaming on the other side. I found it. I yanked the handle and threw the door open. I almost ripped the metal off its hinges. What the hell is this place? I couldn't believe what I saw. The room had a dome up top, and there had to be about 9 walls, all the same size. Up in the ceiling was an upside-down funnel, almost like a chimney. I looked down. There they were. The kids I'd been searching for. They all gawked up at me, suddenly silent. For the moment, from surprise and fear. Scared of the room or me, I couldn't tell. Probably both, actually. Not like I can blame them running into a mug like this when they're already scared shitless. I snorted at my own dig at myself and turned to the kids. Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. All of them stood there, frozen. Well, except one. He was a boy, slightly older than the others, in a private school uniform.
Santa?
Who the hell are you?
He stepped forward and glared at me suspiciously. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. It looked like they relaxed some the second I got the words out.
How are you gonna help us?
Where's the exit?
There isn't one. The doors we came in through won't open, and the door over there...
He kind of cut himself off. I think he was considering something before he changed his mind.
Anyway, there's no point. We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna be burned to death.
Burned to death?
Can't you hear it? That voice said the incinerator's gonna start up soon. So...
Oh boy.
The voice spoke again.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
They only had 15 minutes. I looked back down at the kids. Looks like a good 20 or 30 feet to the floor. No way I could pull them up. Too big of a distance for any of us to reach. What the hell was I gonna do? But then I got an idea. Wait right there. I'm gonna be right back.
What? Where is he going? Are you just gonna leave us here?
They just got frightened again. I'm not the best at that kind of thing, but I tried to reassure them with a smile. Don't worry, all right? I'll be back, I promise. So just stay calm and wait right there. Got it? I didn't wait to hear them respond. There wasn't time. I had to hurry. Well, as fast as a guy could on his hands and knees. Didn't take me long to get back to my cell. Still no way out of there, but I had a plan. I needed something from the room. When I got it, I dove back into the hole and took off towards the incinerator. Then... Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. I tipped out the doorway and dropped down the rope I brought with me. Back in the cell, I'd torn the bed sheets into strips and tied them together to make a rope. It was sloppy, but it got the job done. All right, just tie that around yourself, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time.
Right.
Huh. Wait a sec. Something was off. There were more of you before. Where'd the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered.
I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left.
Oh.
You're telling me you opened that door?
That's what I said.
Then what the hell are you doing here?
We couldn't go with them.
Why not?
Look, the only people who can go through the number door.
He was in the middle of explaining when...
5 minutes left.
Incineration will begin in 5 minutes.
Called it.
The wall shook a bit, and the voice bouncing around.
Look, that can wait, all right? Just get us out of here.
Right! I grabbed onto the rope. The first one I pulled up was a girl with a ponytail. Next was a girl with a red necktie. A boy in a jacket came after. He said he'd climb up on his own. The boy in the uniform was the last up. Like the other kid, he climbed up the rope himself. He looked pretty scrawny, but I guess he was stronger than he looked. He moved fast, but when he was almost to me, we heard some knocking. Everyone looked at the door. It had a thick, square window set into it. On the other side, an angry face was staring in.
Oh no.
God damn it! What's going on here?
Is that Ace?
Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids?
He wanted to watch them burn?
The door opened, and a man stepped in looking half mad with fury. I recognized his face. I saw him many times in photos during my investigation. The man's name was Gintaro Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hongo saw the boy hanging from the rope. Yeah! It was like he was an animal. He lunged for the rope. Hurry!
I know!
The boy in the uniform booked it up the rope.
You son of a bitch! Get back here, you little shit!
15 feet. 10. The second I could reach the kid, I grabbed him. I hauled him up and tossed him into the duct behind me.
No!
Hongo had lost it. His face didn't even look human. It was like the bastard pulled off his fake face. He was really a terrifying devil or some kind of damn monster. I quickly reeled in the rope, leaving a furious Hongo yelling at me from the floor.
You fucking bastard! You won't get away with this! How dare you compromise this experiment!
I'm so glad that I burned him to death in that other ending.
Experiment? What experiment?
Incineration will begin in 1 minute.
Hey, old man! What the hell are you doing? Hurry up!
The boy in the uniform was trying to get my attention. I may have thrown a salute in a raging asshole's face before I closed the door behind me. No point to going back to the cell, so we went down the other direction instead. After about 30 feet, we came across another duct on the left. This one was heading down. Everybody nodded and took turns sliding down it. The duct emptied us out into a narrow hallway. There was a door on either side. The one on the left was a normal double door. But the one on the right was familiar. It had black and yellow stripes, and a device next to it on the wall. A plate on it read, Incinerator. Incinerator?
Yeah, that's where we were.
It was the girl with the red tie who answered me. We were inside an incinerator?
Yeah, Hongo might still be there. It looks like it's been shut off, though.
Wait, what? If he's still in there,
Yeah, that's not good.
that meant we'd better. We gotta get out of here. Go to the other door, hurry! The kids started running, and I was close on their heels. On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase. Run! Didn't need to tell them twice. We went up and up and up. Our feet pounded the steps, our arms pumping fast. We moved round and round and round. The devil was on our tail. The stairway kept going. We passed a couple of landings when the boy in the uniform
Is that
suddenly
Snake?
spoke.
Something's up. Akane's not catching up to us.
Uh-oh.
Akane?
My kid's sister. The girl with the red necktie.
Akane. Akane. That's strange. I didn't remember seeing that name on the list of missing kids.
Hey! Akane!
He kept his hands around his mouth and yelled.
Maybe we outran her.
The boy in the uniform skidded to a stop. I stopped too. So did the other two kids. When did we do that?
Well, we passed a couple big rooms on the way here. Maybe she took a rest in one of them?
No, that's impossible.
Sorry, Grandpa. You keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs.
He turned to go. Hey kid, wait! God damn it, I said wait! I don't think the kid even heard me. Fuck! I spun around to the boy in the jacket and the girl with the ponytail. I'm going after him. You two keep going, alright? You got it? The girl nodded and ran up the stairs. But the boy...
I'm going with you.
Yeah, that's Baby Snake.
I didn't have time to argue. I just nodded and took off down the stairs. I could hear him following me. We ran all the way to the bottom floor, calling for her. Akane was nowhere to be found.
God damn it, where the hell did she go?
I could tell the kid was frustrated. And then suddenly...
Help me! Somebody help me!
we heard a girl's voice.
Akane!
The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway by the incinerator. We rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing. That bastard Hongo had Akane by the arm and was forcing her into the incinerator.
Come on, goddammit, move!
No, I don't want to! Let me go, please! Let go of me!
That's no longer an experiment. That's just watching some little girl burn to death.
She planted her feet squarely on the floor and was struggling to get away. But Hongo was bigger and stronger. She wasn't gonna win.
Akane!
My brother roared with anger and charged toward Hongo.
Help me!
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
Hongo lifted Akane bodily into the air and threw her, still fighting him, into the incinerator. Before we could even blink, Hongo had leapt through the door after her. We saw him land inside. And then, the door slammed shut. We ran to the door. We did everything we could think of to get the thing open. But...
Ah! Fuck! It's no use! The goddamn thing won't move an inch!
he started slamming his fists against the door. He was close to shattering his knuckles with how hard he pounded on it.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
You came back!
Her voice was muffled, but all of us could hear the sheer terror in it.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's the same damn thing!
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Just hang on, all right? We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
His words would have seemed like a sick joke to her if she'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right then.
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
Please! Please help me! I'm really, really scared! I don't want to die, please! I don't want to die! I don't want to die!
It's gonna be all right. I'll figure something out. I promise. I promise, okay? You hear me? I promise.
Hey, Jen. Thanks for stopping by.
It was torture listening to her sobbing on the other side of the door. Her brother was nearly crying himself. He could only stand there, fists clenched so tight his knuckles were white.
What happened then?
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that?
Then...
Yeah. Shit. If I'd known it was gonna be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
And what? Then who the fuck is the Akane that's here?
Hey, are you sure?
Huh?
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So if you could just tell me, did that girl, Akane,
really...
Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended. And we heard something... burning. The fire stopped, but we still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore. A few minutes passed. The door opened. The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in. We followed, too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made my lungs feel like they were on fire. It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering, and in the middle of the room, there it lay. The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty. Finally, he reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him. And then...
Can I ask you one more thing?
What's that?
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
Just tell me, okay? Please?
Kurashiki. Her name was Akane Kurashiki. You were there that day, weren't you? The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. You are correct, Detective. Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on! You really think I'm working with Zero? I told you before, you idiot! I was in Nevada, in Building Q. I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but I didn't know it was you.
Well, I guess I believe you. All right, let me ask you another question. Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki. He's Akane's brother. You know that?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Well, yes. I know Aoi Kurashiki was her brother, but I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning. 9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now. I'm ashamed to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection. As such, I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi.
When did you figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling.
Santa is Aoi? Akane Kurashiki, June's brother?
There's still a lot we don't know. I mean, like, a lot. But there is one thing I think we can say we know.
What's that?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
What?
Come on, man, what kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
It took you this long to figure it out, Jinbei.
Hey, go easy on me, man. I just got my memory back, all right? Cut me some slack.
Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they? Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too. So why did these murders take place?
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's,
It was vengeance.
that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary project.
Vengeance.
Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant. Musashido, the man who financed the project.
You mean this was all just revenge?
Yes.
Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister. That's why he killed them.
Yeah, but who the fuck is... Who is June?
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone. If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it? I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes.
It's Ace.
Right.
The next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
The person who planned the Nonary project.
In other words, Ace.
What?
What the hell's going on here?
It must be 6 a.m. Our time is up.
Shit!
Come on, we need to get out of here.
How?
I'm betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go.
New material has been added to the file screen. Keycard. Oh, that way. Just swipe the card. Open the door. Junpei, look, it's unlocked. Now we can go back to the library. Hurry up, we don't have time. Let's go.
Huh. I think the shaking stopped.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger.
You're right. Let's hurry.
This exit needs the Uranus card, too. Hey, Junpei.
Yeah, I know. All right, it's open. Let's go. Okay, Neptune Key, let's see if you work. Yes! I think it unlocked.
The incinerator.
Incinerator. So this is the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Pull that and the door should open.
Got it.
I don't want to go in. I don't want to go in. Why are we going in?
Let's go.
Why would you go in?
What the hell is going on? What's wrong? Are you okay?
Jumpy, you came to get me.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
I'm worried.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
What? Who took it?
What? Isn't that up?
I took the gun.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Ace.
Again? Lotus, can you stop getting into this situation, please?
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals?
You have me at a disadvantage. And I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
You have suffered nothing, friend.
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
That's not pain. It's livable with.
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
Good question.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go. First is 1. Give me your hand. 8. And with this, 9.
The ninth man. Kubota's bracelet.
I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is. What the hell are you planning, Santa?
At any rate, this game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending. I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye.
Wait!
What? Why isn't it opening? One more time. Now open! No! What is this? Why?
Santa, what did you do?
The digital root should be 9! It has to be 9!
The ninth man's thing isn't 9.
Then why? Why isn't it opening? Now! Ah!
Yeah, 7. Let's go.
Ugh.
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, 7.
Don't mention it. Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces. But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good. Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat.
And that's yet another trope.
9 years ago? Then you must be...
Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
Hey, you only got your memories back a few minutes ago.
Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Wait, Nijisaki?
Oh, right. You don't know yet. All right. We'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed him. The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1. In the Nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital root, which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself, so that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this Nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply a harmless prank? You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki? Why? How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid, but his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on me. Whatever the reason, anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the red. Verified your own number and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed. And then 81 seconds passed. And poor Nijisaki was dead.
And you mean to say... Snake is still alive?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new. Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me, I would still hate you very much.
Accurate.
I wouldn't blame you.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you, and you left the room. You had been in charge of the Nonary project. Of course you would have known the solution to every puzzle, which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it. With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it. You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest.
How did he do
One
that
blow
without getting
was all it
blood
took.
on himself, though?
And then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you. You must have been desperate, but what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace, Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it, but why?
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
Let's see. Number 1, there are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the Nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you.
Oh,
The decision is yours. Do as you please.
that's some serious mind games, Zero.
0.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck,
There was no way he was gonna confess. No way. He was too prideful.
I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet, in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap.
Because you're not as smart as you think you are.
But yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do.
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands. All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this Nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. you're Aoi Kurashiki. No doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the Nonary game this time around was Zero, and Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki.
And Zero.
I was one of the kids in the Nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... No, I guess there's two things you got wrong. Number one, I ain't Zero.
What?
What?
Wait, what?
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary.
June is Zero.
But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
June.
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say two things? You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this Nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys were playing the Nonary game. To save someone.
Save someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw... What? What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki? Ugh! Oh, my head! My head, it feels like it's gonna pop.
Seven! What the hell is going on?
I don't know. I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon.
In simple terms, telepathy. But everyone's like, oh, it's not telepathy.
And what was that phenomenon? For two organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory.
Yeah, that's it.
Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information? That was what this experiment was conducted to determine. There were two separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones on the Gigantic. They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic. The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake. Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the Gigantic with the receivers, like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic.
I did wonder about that.
I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't. How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia?
Because I played through it multiple times, and I'm not stupid.
How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nijisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Well, that's...
He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent to him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures, then? Imagine a river that splits in two like an upside-down Y. The river flows from the top to the bottom, from a single stream into 2 branches. It only flows in one direction. It can never flow backwards. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backwards. That's why people at the river source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. the people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to plug knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I, the 9th letter of the alphabet. But I am also 0. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0. Not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0. What? What? Where did she go? June? No, Akane. Where did you go?
Santa!
Why is Clover... Oh shit.
Freeze.
Santa's got the gun. Guess he picked it up when we weren't watching. Looks like he's turned the tables on Ace though. Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head.
Get up.
Sure isn't about to take the gun off him for a minute, is he? Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either, but he looks drained. I guess he's going for the door, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
He can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. No! We're gonna die! And now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache is gone. He seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. See if this door still opens.
Damn. Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
Oh, you mean we're trapped?
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is. Shit, we gotta do something. Maybe we can still get out through door 9. Is the red? Yeah, alright, we can do this. I've just gotta... No, it's not gonna work. There's no way. The 5 of us can't get this door open, but we have the extra bracelet! 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 equals 26. 2 plus 6 equals 8. Is there any combination that will work?
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Sure, why not? I don't think I'm gonna need them. Ever again. Well, she certainly looks purposeful. Looks like she's writing equations. A lot of them. Oh man, she doesn't look very happy. What? Hey, no need to be ripping pages out like that. Jeez.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
Alright, at least 7 got it away from her. Maybe now I can get a look at what she was writing. Let's see. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 equals 18. That would mean sacrificing Lotus.
What? And there's no other way?
Lotus? Looks like she'd figured it out though. Man, this is just too cool.
It's okay. Go.
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Oh, don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
God damn it, you idiot!
Oh, where the hell did that come from? Looks like she expected that about as much as I did.
If you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright?
For a cop, he sure doesn't have much confidence.
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
Huh?
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright? End of story.
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
You're all idiots.
Act as tough as you want, Lotus. We can all see you're about to cry.
That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't, see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier at the Red.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't
No!
work.
What is this? Why? The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Just to see, why don't we give it a shot?
Give it a shot.
Yes, that is what I said.
That's not gonna add up. It was 18, which would equal 9.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital route was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
Shit. We can't get through the door, we can't get out. The walls are way too high, there's no way in hell we could get to the hole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it. I guess this is it. This is the end. I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness was inside of him. Through the morphic field set, we were resonant, and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melted into him and we became one. Inside of Junpei, somehow I found myself in Junpei's mind 9 years in the future. But I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as 2 movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually, it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
That was my brother Aoi. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Come on, hurry up!
That kid in the green dress must be Lotus's daughter. Or one of. We ran down a long straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got in a fist fight. A girl watching them began to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It has been 2 hours since the Nonary game began. We were starting to fall apart. Just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello? Everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down, and we gathered around him.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q, and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hand were 9 4-leaf clovers.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted. I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is, well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me, and I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 four-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another. If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck? Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
He gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Eventually, he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Now don't ever forget, so long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before was gone. We were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer, and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time, it was the only one. But if there was only one door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors.
We began to panic. Then, as if things had not gotten bad enough already,
Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
What? What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good.
my brother Aoi swallowed hard and answered.
I think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
The plaque on the door says incinerator, and that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. He was a huge, frightening mountain of a man, as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him 7.
Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
The rest happened just like 7 had said it did. The 4 of us who had stayed behind were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent away from the incinerator and slid down into the hall. We came out on the other side of door 9. On the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother Aoi, Snake, and 7. Yeah, Nona is Lotus's daughter. The other children, the ones who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upwards like a tornado. But eventually, I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they had caught up. That was when I realized.
Oh no, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present?
I knew I'd had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then, had I dropped it as we slid out? I had to go back. I had to. But I knew I couldn't tell the others. It would stop me. I was sure of that. I didn't stop to think. I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected to all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows, and moments later I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me, up the staircase. I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran. I moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically.
There it is!
It was just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs and freedom, the door to the incinerator opened and a man stepped out. It was Hongo. Kentaro Hongo. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly, I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me! Let go!
I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hongo to let go of me. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
Then, suddenly,
Akane!
the door to the stairs flew open, and my brother Aoi burst out of it. Behind him came Seven and Snake.
Akane!
He cried my name again as he leapt towards Hongo.
You came back!
But then,
Ah, you're too late, idiot!
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator.
Ah!
The force of it threw me to the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked towards the open number 9 door. Hongo stood between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother, his fists clenched. But those fists never reached Hongo. With the cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. He checked the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few moments later, the 2 other doors slid shut as well. Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran toward the door with the 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice.
Help me!
My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Then it started again.
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
Man, this kid knew that her life was in danger, right? She knew that her life was in danger from the first time she was in this incinerator, at the very least, right? And she decided to go back, knowing that she was in a very dangerous environment because she dropped what was a present for Junpei. One, why did she still have the present? And two, why would she value the present more than her life? Is she just stupid, or...
Incineration will begin in 18 minutes.
Like, at this point, she should have been old enough to have, like, some self-preservation instinct, right?
Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Holy shit. Man, I knew what it was gonna say, but that is one hell of a creepy voice.
I knew it!
It's starting.
Santa started the incinerator.
Fuck! Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about? It's 9 years this and 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiments. You aren't making any sense.
I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now. I promise. I'll tell you everything once we get out of here.
But...
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
You know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn. What kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means. Well, god damn it. Okay, fine. I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me. 7, figure this out.
What? Why me?
Just shut up and stop this thing.
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
There isn't anything like that.
How the hell do you know?
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her. Wait. The floor, it's moving. What? What else can I say about it, but...
What the hell is that?
What is that?
What else could I say? The floor opened, a machine rose up out of it. It looked like a computer. At least it kind of did. There was a monitor, a keyboard, and a cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Tears poured down my face. I wiped them off even as more took their place and forced myself forward. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank. All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass, drenched in tears. All I can see on the screen is a reflection of my own face. I'm looking kind of freaked out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it kind of drives it home. Okay, Junpei, just calm down, alright? Everything's gonna be okay. Man, I wish that thing would shut up.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
Alright, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, then it's gotta be important. What the hell am I supposed to do with it?
Hey, move!
Hey, we're all tensely, but that doesn't mean you gotta shove people around.
Okay, it's turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it?
Sure, I'll just push buttons. I'm sure that'll... Oh, at least it's on now. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at this. 5S7P836381R3W 1A3S507E. What kind of Scrabble is this? What's on the screen, though?
What is this?
What's up?
It's another hex, right? It's another hex.
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
It's gotta be a bunch of numbers and letters scattered across a 5x5 grid. Numbers range from 1 to 8.
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle, the incinerator will stop? Yeah. Well, we can hope, right?
Alright, Puzzle, how do you work? Oh man, that goddamn voice again.
Incineration will begin
Don't you dare say 10 minutes.
13 minutes.
Okay, thank you. 13 minutes. Shit. Can we really do this? My heart feels like it's gonna pop. My heart was pounding like it was about to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I was sure I had to solve it somehow, but I had no idea how. My connection to Jumpy had been gone for a while. His mind was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him. I felt the seconds tick by as I stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
It was muffled. I turned around. Pressed against the window in the entry door was a face, a frightening, evil face. It was Hongo. How long had he been watching me?
Don't know what to do?
He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled.
It's simple, really. But I suppose I might as well tell you. Just solve the puzzle on that machine.
His laughter was muffled by the door, but it still tore at my heart like the claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hongo, struggling to hold back hot tears.
You're a terrible person! I hate you!
Oh my! How could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very
Listen.
nice.
Listen. All I'm saying is, if Ace is not dead at the end of this, I would like to kill him.
I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty. You see? I've even left you a way out.
A way out?
Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator.
What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all again. I'm not going to listen to you. If you're just going to throw me back in here, I might as well just die now.
My goodness, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you, I'm a fair man.
No, you're not.
Huh?
If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape.
The verification function of the red?
Then I remembered. Before Hongo left the room, he had scanned 2 bracelets into the red.
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1, and the second is 3. Say, Akane, what's your number?
I looked down at my left hand. Face on my bracelet showed a 5. I ran to the door with the 9 on it. I grabbed the red and put my hand against the scanner panel.
You really aren't one for listening, are you?
I hear Hongo's muffled voice from across the room.
I've already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate. In other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?
Why are you doing this?
You could never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys.
Well, that's rude.
Now start the experiment. Solve the puzzle.
I can't! I don't know how!
Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you? Access the morphogenetic field and find the solution.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes.
I'm gonna stab this man in the eye with a pen.
I imagine it will be very painful.
His horrible laugh echoed across the room, and even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
I was crying. Great gulping sobs broken by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow, I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor.
I can't. I just can't. There's no way. I can't figure this out.
What was I gonna do? I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. Fear scattered my thoughts, and all I could think of was how I was going to die. My palms were sweating and my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot. So hot. I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest as if it would pound itself to pieces. I reached into my pocket, wrapped my hand around the thing I'd come back to get. The doll Jumpy had given me. At least I had that. I held it tight with both hands and prayed.
Help me! Jumpy! Help me! Help me! Help me! Jumpy! 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 Please! Help me! Jumpy!
Akane?
Akane?
Who the hell is Akane?
Shut up! Just shut the hell up!
Seven and Lotus don't understand. I think Clover and Snake have an idea, though. Clover's looking at me, and I think Snake may have figured it out. No, it doesn't matter. They're in my way. Where'd she go? Maybe over here?
Akane! Akane! Can you hear me? Akane! Say something!
Fuck. Did something break our connection? I swear I just heard her. Shit.
Akane! Answer me! Akane!
Jumpy?
I spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. I looked around. He wasn't in the room, of course, but I'd heard it so clearly. Like he was right there.
Jumpy!
I screamed as loud as I could.
Akane!
Jumpy!
That's her. She's there. I was gonna say, if that continued with Akane, Jumpy, Akane, I was gonna throw hands. Then that means...
Akane! Akane!
Are you in an incinerator right now?
Yes, I am! How did you know?
I couldn't believe that he knew that. Now I understand what Santa meant.
Right. There's only one way to help her. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
I think I get it now.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
Jumpy, we don't have time!
As quickly as I could, I told him that I had to solve the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator.
Got it!
And I do. I get everything now. At last, I finally understand what all of this means. I know why the Nonary game was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All of this was planned out to lead to this one moment. Oh my god. This is insane. I can't believe it. But there's only one possible answer. June is... 0 is... Akane Kurashiki. She recreated the history of the future that she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. She's trying to save herself right now. That means that there's only one thing for me to do. Even if this is all some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save Akane Kurashiki. I must save her, no matter what.
Incineration will begin in 6 minutes.
The voice reminded me of how much time I had left.
Jumpy!
Yeah, I know. Just hang on, alright? I promise I'll get you out of there. I'm not gonna let you die. I promise. So don't worry, alright? Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. It felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with my feelings for him. Alright, time to get to work, Junpei. Is Snake talking to them about something? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Get out of my way.
Hey, what are you...
Just trust me, okay?
Sorry, Lotus. I didn't mean to snap, but there's a lot more at stake here than your pride. I'll apologize later, alright? Now let's have a look at this thing. We've got numbers all over this grid. I think the panels are out of order, so I just need to switch these out. Staring at it isn't going to accomplish anything. I just have to try it.
Just think of what I did all those times before. I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem.
Okay, so we can't touch one. Can I have a hint? When I pressed hint, numbers appeared in the empty spots on the grid. They're all single digits. I get the feeling the numbers change when I switch out the yellow squares. This square at the bottom. Why does it say blank when I press hint? Okay, pressing the button again makes the buttons disappear. Looks like I can turn them on and off. Then there is some special meaning to there being two modes? What could it mean? Does that mean it's supposed to match? I'm gonna make all the numbers in the squares same. Okay. Switch out the yellow square. The numbers that show up in the hint changes too. Those numbers are affected by the adjacent squares. For example, when I switch 3 with 5, the number increases by 2. But the hint just adds the surrounding numbers. I'm so confused. So most of the answers should be 2 digits, but each square only has a single digit. That must be calculated some way. Digital roots? If they're digital roots, they'll always add up as 1. Add the numbers, but there are letters here too. Yeah. A 10, B 11, C 12, D 13, E 14, and so on and so forth. I'm just writing it all out on a piece of paper so that I can actually just look at something. So I have a cheat sheet. Okay. You replace the letters with numbers. Okay. So S is 28, which would be 2 plus 8 equals 10. Be 1. P is 25, which would be 7. So far, so good. R is 27, which would be 9. I don't have a 9. W 32, which would be 5. So I guess... Are we trying to make them all equal 9? No. No, we're not. I think I got the gist of the puzzle up top. Just need to make all the digital roots the same. One number. Switching out a yellow square affects all hint squares around it. Wait, one square doesn't get a hint number. The 9th spot at the bottom. Only this one stays blank. Maybe a fixed number goes inside. 9th square has a different rule. Only I knew what number goes there. Probably 1. I don't get it. I don't get the password up top. I figured out this. I'm too good at Scrabble to not have figured this out. But I'm not good with numbers. So 1, 5. Just go in a straight line. That's 5 minus 4 equals 1. I'm so confused. So we have password, right? What if we add password together and then get the digital root from that? So that would be 25 plus 10, so 35 plus 28. I feel like that's too complicated. I feel like this is too complicated. I feel like this is too complicated. Hi, Doc. I am struggling. I'm about halfway through this puzzle. It changing so much is just getting messy. Maybe I should reset. Set everything back to its original state. Wait a second. When everything is in the original spot, something lines up in the bottom squares. Looks like it should be a word. I already put the word there. It's password. Password! I'm getting too confused. I should reset. Clean start should clear my head. Maybe I can figure out the answer. Oh. Do it in order. Do it in order. You gotta do it in order. It was as simple as that. It wasn't putting it in order, it was doing it in order. Success. Please enter password. 9. Error. 0. The password is nipple clamp. Password. I'm inputting a password now then. Are there any hints? What the hell am I supposed to put here? Was I supposed to pay attention to what numbers I was doing? 1 A 3 S 5 O 7 D? That was what it was. That's what it was before I input password on the last screen. The screen appeared after I solved the last puzzle. Maybe the hint was in that one? Nope, I have no freaking clue. I don't know. Was the password in the last one? Answer ended up being password, and after was an extra space, the 9th square. Maybe that's the password? These nuts. The 9th square. But it was empty! I solved it by making all the hint squares all 9, so the hidden number should be 9 as well. That means 9. It was only 9? Oh my fucking god. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 equals 9.
Yes, that's it. Akane, did you get it?
Yes, I did! I solved it! I mean, really, you solved it for me, but I copied everything you did! Now I just have to press enter!
Then what the hell are you waiting for? Push it!
Okay, I will!
Just do it! I hit the enter key.
Emergency shutdown command has been confirmed. Incineration system has been disabled.
Jumpy! It worked! It worked! The incinerator shut down! It worked!
Tears rolled down my face as I cried out to him. They were a very different sort of tear. A wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. Yoop! Yeah. At the same time, what strength I had left disappeared and I collapsed to the floor. For a while, I just lay there, laughing and crying and enjoying being alive. Every time I thought about him, I thought my heart would burst. We're not going to die.
Whew.
Can't quite believe I did that. But I'm so glad. So glad. I feel like my heart's on fire. Wally has a pokey stick? Nice. I don't have time to be thinking about that kind of shit. I need to tell Akane.
Akane! Sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
Oh, of course, that's fine.
Can we get out, please? Wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see me. Then I looked over at the corner of the floor. There were 2 bracelets Hongo had left behind.
Now.
Seven and Lotus don't look particularly happy with me. Not a very nice look to give someone who just saved your lives, guys.
Junpei, are you...
Okay.
Ah, shut it.
Right, okay, so maybe they have a reason to be pissed off. So, what if I haven't pressed the enter key yet? Alright, nothing hold me back now. Here goes. Wait.
Incineration will begin in 90 seconds.
It doesn't sound like it's stopping.
What the shit? Why isn't it stopping?
Okay, maybe I didn't hit the key hard enough. Just hit it again, and again, and again. Okay, that's not working either. The alarm's still going off. What the hell is going on? I've got all the right numbers in the right boxes. It's perfect. So why the fuck isn't this thing stopping?
Incineration will begin in 60 seconds.
Wait, of course. That's what the numbers that showed up after the puzzle mean. 2 plus 4 plus 7 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. Snake, Clover, me, 7, and Lotus. Then door 9. No, that's it. The number on the door isn't a 9. It's not even a number.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Holy shit, of course. We just have to put the right number into the red and...
Incineration will begin in 30 seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Don't have much time. Man, I sure hope that they can trust me on this one or we are fucked. Alright, no time to explain. Just go.
Verify your numbers on the red.
Verify?
Who?
What combination?
All of us! We all need to verify!
Why?
You really think this is a good time to ask questions? Just do it!
Hurry, 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 hurry.
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds.
Oh my god.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Central gate has been opened. Incineration system has been disabled.
Oh my fucking god. Oh, thank fucking Christ. No time to be happy. Time to go.
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes. Go, go, go!
Come on, guys, move it. Okay, they're all through. Move it, Junpei. Just in time. And there goes the door. No, don't calm down yet. You're not done. You still gotta find the dad. But why? Because we had some weird time travel telepathy shit go on. So we could figure out the puzzles.
Shit. Looks like we made it, huh?
Man, that guy sure can laugh when he wants to. Looks like Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. Snake is shaking his head wearily. I just want to take a nap, but...
Akane? Akane! Can you hear me? Akane!
I want to tell her we made it. I want to tell her how good I feel, but nothing. Ooh, ouch. Ghosted. There is no Akane, only Zul. The door opened. Standing in front of it was my brother.
Akane!
Oi!
I cried his name, even though my voice was almost gone from screaming, and leapt into his arms.
Oi!
Deactivate it.
Akane!
I buried my face in his chest and cried again. I cried and cried and cried. The steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. Its beat was almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they would go and held on to him as tight as I could. Just to be there felt like a miracle. I hadn't felt the warmth of another human body in what had seemed like an eternity. I just wanted to stay there in his arms forever, but I couldn't. The moment I passed through the door, my bracelet had begun the countdown to death. I leapt away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. And then everybody explodes! I spotted the dead only a short distance away. It took me only a moment to get to and scan all the bracelets. I left the ones Hongo had dropped on the scanner panel. That was it. I took a deep breath and looked around again. The huge detective who we'd called 7 and 9 years and Snake, the blind boy, were looking at me. They seemed to have been... Snake, the blind boy, was looking at her, folks. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide and their mouths hung open.
Alright, let's get out of here. If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
Aoi was right. It was time we got moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to jar 7 and Snake out of their surprise and they nodded. We took off running, up the spiraling stairs to freedom. Time for more running. But if they can get us out of here, no wonder we're running so hard. Who's Aoi? That is actually Santa. Hongo is actually Ace. And Hongo, aka Ace, is the bad guy in all of this. He did the original Nonary game 9 years ago by kidnapping 18 kids, splitting them up into pairs, and then moving them into the separate areas. The experiment. Aoi, aka Santa, was Akane, aka June's brother. They were together. You don't even remember those guys? Okay, Ace is one. He's the bad guy. He's the CEO of the pharmaceutical company. Hold on, I gotta get out. The first steps are gonna piss me off. My heart's beating so hard I can barely hear. God, I can't wait to breathe real air again. Everyone has 5 names in this game. I know. Her is 7 talking?
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something?
What's up?
That door, the one with the 9 on it. Why'd it open?
Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes our digital route 8. It shouldn't have opened.
But it did.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Huh? Why?
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Bases?
Yeah. What are the 2 numbers in base 2?
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
Then how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10. B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, and so on.
So, what about it?
It was a lowercase q.
You don't get it? What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Base 27?
Yeah.
Well, the numerical digits are the same. So, I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G is 16.
H is 17, I is 18, J is 19.
K is 20, L is 21, M is 22.
N is 23, O is 24, P is 25.
Yeah, and? What comes after that?
Q.
26!
That's a logic leap that would make Olympic long jumpers jealous.
And what does that mean?
I know.
That wasn't a 9 on the door.
It was a Q! A fucking lowercase Q!
Yep, that's pretty much it. I guess to put it another way, you could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
Time for more running. God, my thighs are killing me. I swear, any moment now, I'm gonna tear a muscle. I feel like every single cell of my body is dying for air. Every breath I take is a chore now. I feel like my lungs are gonna burst. Maybe just a short rest? No, can't stop. Don't have time. Come on, legs. There can't be many more of these steps left. Let's run. Run. Like a bullet down a rifled barrel. Like a tornado cutting through a sea of clouds. I feel like we're running along the back of a giant coiled dragon. Finally. Okay. Now that the fucking footsteps have stopped. Because that was driving me nuts. Let me explain. In the beginning, there was an experiment. The experiment was conducted by 4 people. Tornado, not tomato. Tornado. Duck. In the beginning, there was an experiment. Yes. Ace was the bad guy of that experiment. Ace is also known as Hongo. Right? I thought you said tomato. No, tornado. Ace killed everyone and then, you know, and as revenge, well, turns out it wasn't actually for revenge, but to help save Akane's life in the experiment, during the experiment's timeline, Santa put everyone together and to help the morphogenic field crap, the telepathy crap, which Junpei did to help her solve the problem so that she could live, and in doing so helped everyone else to escape after Ace had pulled a gun and got out. Yeah, well, I say got out. He didn't get out. Santa kind of like took him at gunpoint. Just the whole 9 equals Q equals 26 thing. I don't understand how it also equals 9, but yeah, if you just keep going, Q equals 26. Because I wrote out a whole alphabet here. Jesus, I can barely breathe. No, Junpei, no time to rest. Pull yourself together. You're almost there.
All right, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
Yes, we're finally here.
Please do.
Sure. You look like a big heavy door. You're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. Even more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. I get the logic, but the fact that he pulled that whole thing out of his ass in less than 90 seconds. I know. Let's not question it. You're gonna open, and you're gonna open now. Freedom! Right? I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Aoi's. He gave it a small, reassuring squeeze. I was so happy, I felt like I could melt. And everyone explodes. My heart was at peace. And not only because my brother and I were back together again. Thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us who had been kidnapped. We're finally able to escape from the gigantic. On a distant horizon, we could see the faint outline of the ship as it sank. It gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves. Its last cry echoed out across the ocean, and then it was gone.
It's over.
Aoi whispered.
Yeah.
It was over. It was finally over. Or was it? Was it really? No, that was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. This was only a prologue to what would happen in 9 years. I like how Snake's also helping out with the rowing there. Yes, finally. Damn, that sun is bright. I can barely see anything. I gotta admit, this doesn't look quite like... Wait,
No way.
you've gotta be shitting me.
What?
It can't be.
This is...
They're in the desert.
This is the building in the Nevada desert.
The chances of this are slim. But what if there are 9 other people elsewhere in the world in a facility just like this?
The mock experiment building.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in building Q.
Sure enough. That's a... You mean Dune. Okay, that was a good one, Myth. That was a good one. Sure enough, that's a desert out there with mountains all around it. Hello there, sun. Boy, am I ever glad to see you. I don't think I've ever been so happy to see a sunrise. That doesn't look like a sunrise. That looks like fucking midday. Well, that's how I phonetically pronounce it anyways. Fair enough. Did I just hear something fall? Bracelets. I guess I've never really got a good look at the underside of those. Let's see what's inside you. Just a little electronic chip. Like in an ATM card. That's it? There's nothing else? Nothing that even looks like a detonator. There was never a detonator to begin with. Figures.
Akane.
Jumpy.
Huh. Guess I must be pretty crazy about the girl if I think I'm hearing her voice in the wind. But where's Santa? What happened to Ace? No! No, it can't end there! No! What happened to Ace and Santa? This is where it gets janky because in the DS version the screens differentiated the here and now versus the timey-wimey flashback. Yeah. Well, that was a good game. I appreciated it. I appreciated the puzzles. There were some leaps of faith that we had to make. And there was definitely some puzzles that my little tiny non-mathematical brain couldn't handle. But we did it. We got every ending. And I'm pretty glad that we made it out. I'm not glad that we don't get to see what happened to Santa and the now Akane and Ace. Like, I would love to see Ace die. Oh wait, hold on. Do we get an after credits?
Are you okay?
Admit
Oh,
it.
come on. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you stop, like,
You don't
going
look
auto?
okay.
It was just before the end of elementary school. Jumpy and I were sitting down next to each other.
How does it look then?
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. It was going automatically, and I didn't like that. Admit they were stretched thin. They really stretched in the concepts used in this, along with a lot of hand waving. Yeah, there was a lot of pseudoscience going on. He was half serious and half joking. I thought about it for a minute first.
Well, let's see. It looks like you kissed a toad and got warts, but then they just kept growing and growing and growing.
What does that even mean?
Junpei grinned and...
Ow, 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 ow.
See? I told you you're not okay.
What happened to his
Too
face?
reckless.
Who beat him up?
You can't beat 5 8th graders, Jumpy.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
It's the sort of plot where you just have to shut up and accept everything at face value. The moment you start really thinking about it, none of it makes sense.
Yeah, but
True.
I couldn't just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
Look at the Nevada desert go past. For an SUV, this thing has a pretty smooth ride. Sure was nice of someone to leave it for us outside the building. Keys in the ignition, gas in the tank. To be fair, I need to do that in life in general. No, Ned. Almost like it was a present, you know? Anyway, we jumped in, and now here we are, screaming across the desert. Lotus is over there in the passenger seat. Snake and Seven and I all squeeze into the back seat here. I still can't believe we let her drive.
Woohoo! This is so fun!
Why is Clover driving? This is the worst. This is the worst person that you could have, like, put in charge of the car.
This is so awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around. And there's no speed limit.
Okay, never mind. She is the best person for this because that is my mindset. See, in the DS version, the flashback convo would have happened while the credits were rolling. Ah, okay.
Hey, Clover, watch those bumps, all right? This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, all right? Suck it up.
Why don't you drive, Seven?
I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
I think you let a child drive.
He doesn't have an international license.
And before she hits the one rock in the middle of the desert, I know.
Yeah, but you could have sat in the passenger seat.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up. And Clover, there's no need to slow down. The car Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
Yeah, I saw some fresh tire tracks going out. There's no doubt about it.
Then we've got to hurry if we want to catch them, don't we?
Sure thing.
Please give me closure. Please. Oh shit. God damn it, she doesn't have to drive so fast. Yeah, she does. That would be me. That would be like pedal to the metal. 5th gear. Let's go. Man, I didn't even think a car like this could go this fast. For sure throwing up a lot of dust. It was a couple hours after we'd run into the junior high students. They'd been hiding in the bushes on the back of one of the hills, drenching a kitten in gasoline. That's cruel. Wait, isn't June? No. June is Akane. Jumpy is Junpei. Gotta utilize that speedometer to the full extent, otherwise it's a waste. Precisely. Who's sitting in the car with everyone else? Okay, so who's in the car? We have Clover in the driver's seat. We have Lotus in the front passenger seat. We have Snake, Junpei, aka Jumpy, and Seven in the back seat. Yes, June is Akane. Because if you remember, when they first ran into each other, Junpei called June Kani, which is short for Akane. The moment we saw what they were doing, Jumpy ran up to them furious.
Hey, what the hell are you doing?
Then he jumped on them. He quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran for the police station as fast as I could.
Help me! Officer, please! You have to come with me!
The policeman and I headed back to the hill. What we found was Jumpy, sprawled on the ground with a face covered in big, swelling lumps.
You couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
He stuck his tongue out through the hole in his mouth where a tooth had fallen out.
Yeah, I guess I could've.
Then why didn't you?
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
You don't remember at all? I never got those names straight except for Boobs Biggie.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah, that too, but I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester. Remember?
Oh, you mean the bunnies.
Yeah, the bunnies.
I plucked some grass from the ground and tossed it into the wind.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits. I couldn't forgive them for that, so I...
Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Of course, they probably don't know any more than I do.
Like Ace. Well, I guess I should say Gentaro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary project? Anybody? Any ideas?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Oh yeah, I guess I can.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
Yeah, he is. Still tied up, I'm assuming, with his mouth taped shut. His eyes just look empty. No emotion. Wait, hold on. Why is he in the trunk of our car? It looks like he's just given up. I wonder if he even cares what happens to him anymore.
Hey, were you listening to us?
Yeah, go ahead and try to pretend you weren't, you old bastard. Let's get that tape off your mouth.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
You could at least look at me when you talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces. Human faces.
That's not... Dude, you were the head, the CEO of a pharmaceutical company. You couldn't have just made a drug to help yourself, could you? What's a morphogenic telepathic field? How is that going to help you see human faces, my guy?
I thought if I could gain the ability to access the morphic field set, then perhaps I could see faces.
That's just delusional.
By peering into people's minds, you could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
That's it?
Yes, if you want to put it simply. But if you are looking for a more philosophical answer, I could supply that as well. You see, the human collective consciousness...
I think that's enough out of you, pal. Time for the tape to go back on.
All right, so what's your second question?
You said there were some things you didn't get, didn't you?
Well, somebody's got a little nosy.
Well, my next question doesn't really have anything to do with you two. This is for you, Seven. It's about the whole Alice thing. What's the deal with that?
Well, you see, 9 years ago, after I escaped from the Gigantic, I kept going after Hongo on my own, hoping I'd catch him when he finally slipped up. During the course of my investigations, I learned a lot more about the Gigantic. I also found out about Gordain and Alice.
You're not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
Sounds like Hongo has something to say. Alright, fine, I'll let you talk, but you gotta behave.
What?
Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago, I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it but the root of a peculiar plant. My research determined that it was a member of the genus Mandragora, of the family Solanaceae.
A mandrake. You found a mandrake.
I was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it.
Mandrake juice.
I used that extract to create Soparin. Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
And you could do that, but you couldn't just concoct a drug of some kind to treat face blindness? Shit, this is gonna go on forever. Tape's going back on, Hongo. The rest of my questions can wait a bit. For now, I think I'll just enjoy the ride.
Here, this is for you.
What's this?
This is, for you, doll. His name is Junpei.
Jumpy pulled something out of his pocket and shoved out his arm toward me. In his hand was a doll made of yarn small enough to fit in his palm.
Jumpy, are you sure it's, for you, doll?
Huh?
Yeah, the lady at the shop said so, so that means it's for you, right?
Wasn't a bad joke. It was a Mandragora Pulchiticus aspolius. Yeah.
Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll?
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man. Oh, man.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for, right?
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea then.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
Well, you know how after June, we aren't gonna get to see each other too much? I mean, we're gonna be in different schools, and I just thought I'd, you know,
Oh, okay, well, how about we call it June then?
Okay. So, I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
Yes. I, head of tribe. This doll, traditional charm of tribe.
Because I'm ready to take the next step in our relationship at age 8. I know.
So I give this. It me. So we always together.
Oh, Jumpy.
If something bad, then hold and pray. I go wherever you are. So here, take.
I reached my hand out and picked up the doll gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and fell onto June's tiny yarn body.
Oh, Jumpy.
And then he explodes.
I'll
Then I
never
ran it to
forget
him.
you.
For an 8-year-old, he can smooth talk better than I did my entire life combined. Yeah, I feel like the writers of this game kind of forgot, or at least like the people who localized this forgot how young children actually speak.
I promise.
Jumpy looked straight into my eyes and said just 5 words.
I'll never forget you either.
Sky was a beautiful crimson red as it melted down towards the horizon. The last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat, bathed in the warm light of evening, just the two of us, leaning gently across one another, shoulder to shoulder. The sun set, and we still didn't leave. We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one, the lights of the town began to flicker on. Cute. There's still one thing I don't get. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned, and also the only one that's really important. It has to do with June and Akane. 9 years ago, she died in the incinerator on the Gigantic. But she's still alive now, as June. But how? Was it because I tapped into the morphic field set and saved her 9 years ago? Alright, let's say that makes some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then how do I make sense of what 7 remembers? Snake makes sense. He's blind. He couldn't have seen her body anyway. But 7, he said he was sure he saw it. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Wouldn't that be known as like a Mandela effect? Or wait, maybe that's not it at all. There is one other logical explanation. Was what you told me the truth, 7? Look, satisfied. No. No way. He couldn't...
Hey, look! Over there! There's somebody next to the road.
Huh? What? Hmm?
Is it... Santa? What? No. What? The burning gaze of the Nevada sun pounded down on her head. The desert around her rippled with heat. Standing there on that shimmering plain was a woman, her arm out and her thumb up. It would not be long before Jumpy realized who she was. No. No, what? What? Yeah, I would like to save. Well, that's it. That's game use confusion. It is super effective, right? What is this? This hasn't happened before. Okay, we're back at the start of the... Why are we back in the prologue? Okay. Okay. Right. Well, I didn't think that that would take just over 3 hours to do, but I'm very glad that we got to the end. Mostly. I'm so confused. Why was... That can't have been Alice. They're in Nevada. That's just gotta be a... That's just gotta be like one of those people that dress up, right? They're in Nevada. That's close to Las Vegas. The desert is pretty close to Las Vegas, right? That makes sense. That's what I'm going with. Anyway, I didn't think it would take so long to complete that ending, if I was being honest. I thought that would take 1.5, maybe 2 hours tops, not the entire stream time. So, it is a bit late to start Rogue Mage. So I won't be doing that. I might just do that in my own time instead. Yeah. Thanks for joining me for this confusing ass mess of a stream. I don't know what to do. That was confusing. That was... Wow, what the fuck? Confusion. So I will be ending my stream. I don't know if there's anyone else. Does anyone know if there's anyone that we could raid? We can do that. But for now, what is with my transitions fucking up recently? Anyway, you can find me across social media. You can also find my VODs up on a secondary channel. There you go. Tomorrow we'll be starting Danganronpa 2. I'm very excited to be returning to the Danganronpa universe and finding out what happens after that fade to white at the end of the first game. As promised, I haven't consumed any media from it at all. I did watch the anime for the first game, and I'm really pissed that it only took, what, 13 episodes, and they did like an entire trial that took me about 4 hours to complete, and they did that in about 20 minutes. I was a bit pissed. I felt like those should have definitely dragged out a bit longer. But anyway, yeah, you can find me on Discord as well. Come and join the forest. We are a friendly bunch. I will be bringing back Screenshot Sunday next week. I realize that I have laxed a bit. Oh yeah, no worries, Myth. You take care. Laxed a bit on the Screenshot Sunday recently because I have been overwhelmed, burnt out, and depressed, and I've been doing my best to continue, but it's been difficult, guys. So yeah. Anywho, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next stream. I wish you all a good day, night, evening, wherever, whenever you are in the world. I love you all. Bye bye.